broadcasting live from the beautiful Legacy Theater in Alpharetta, Georgia for CodeLaunch Atlanta 2021. It's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Now, here's your hosts.
And we are back broadcasting live here at CodeLaunch Atlanta 2021. Lee Kantor, Stone Payton here with you, and the halls are absolutely teeming. We've got tables with food, we've got tables with drink. People are starting to move to the hall to hear the presentations. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to the program with Lingo Plaza, Miss Lily Hagen. How are you?
Hi, I'm really well. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm excited to learn what you're up to. Tell us about Lingo Plaza. How you serving folks?
So Lingo Plaza is a gamified and language and cultural platform for kids 4 to 12. So what we do is the kids are immersed in what we call the Plaza experience. For 25 minutes, they're exposed into this creative space and they get to learn a language. In this case, right now, we have Spanish. Through gamification, our characters, original audio content, but most importantly, they have a one-on-one experience with a native speaker tutor.
So what was the genesis of the idea?
So I'm actually from Colombia, so English is my second language. I originally speak Spanish, and I understand the benefit and also how overwhelming it can be to learn a second language, as well as I am also a mother. And I'm raising 2 bicultural kids, and, Spanish happens to be the minority language. So I do understand the struggles and the lack of accessibility of language learning.
So now what brings you to CodeLaunch?
I was lucky enough to meet the founder at one of the startups workshops that I was part of a while back, and I was excited to be invited and just present and just bring Lingo Plaza to the world.
So what was it like kind of having an idea, then taking it, and learning how to pitch and do all this stuff, because that's a different world for most people.
100%. I mean, you're talking about to someone who I consider myself a very creative person, and I'm a go-getter, and I had the pain. I thought, you know what, this worked, why not, let's go for it. Obviously not knowing everything that of the learning journey of a startup and entrepreneurship. So it's been a learning journey, but it's a very exciting, and it's something that I'm able to provide to my audience as well. That's the biggest thing. People that have my pain are able to come back and say, oh my gosh, I love what you're doing. My kid's loving it. So that's the rewarding part of all this.
So how did you learn how to code? Like, were you a coder?
I am not the technical founder. I would say I'm very tech savvy, but I am not a technical founder. I have some developers. I would say I bring the creative part.
That's a great line. I'm going to start saying that at work in our business. I am not a technical founder. So go talk to someone else.
So how did you even find a technical founder to do kind of what you envisioned?
So that's a funny question, because that's what I say, I'm a go-getter. And I just happened to have an idea, and I knew people from Colombia, and I looked for agencies, the best of them, and they happened to, grasp my idea from the name to branding to, from the very beginning, and they just knew what I wanted.
Wow. So that's pretty fortunate to be able to partner with somebody that early on in the idea process.
Yes, 100%. I am very lucky. Now that I understand all the process, I do understand how lucky I was to get this agency.
So you have an agency to work with that's taking your idea and bringing it to life. What stage are you at? Do you have a beta? Like, where are you at in the product development?
So we launched our MVP in January, and we had our first paying cohort for the last few months. Now we're in the process of pretty much scaling it and just targeting our audience after all the feedback that we got, and being in constant communication with the audience that we already have.
So what was it like the first time that some stranger came to the app and then signed on and started using it? You must have been so excited.
Oh my gosh, yes. It was really exciting. I had actually an influencer who started following us, and that's how we got our first customers. And I'm going to tell you that Stripe notification was the most exciting, intimidating notification app I've ever had. So I still remember where I was at.
Right. So you probably got like tears and goosebumps, right? That everything's real now.
Yes, it becomes very real. It was exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time, having to show off what you've been working for and this is it. Like, this is what it's going to work or not, I guess.
Right. So then how'd you start kind of having conversations with investors and getting ready to, do the work to scale it and to get more funding and things like that?
So we have been bootstrapping at the moment, and we're getting ready to fundraise. We wanted to try it out first after we learn from our audience. But, I've been networking for the longest time. Once I knew that was very vital, I started doing it and just started talking, even though I'm not fundraising at the moment, it's important to have those relationships. Right. So to tell you the truth, Clubhouse has been a big one for me.
Really?
Yes.
So you're really leveraging that platform to get in front of the right people, to at least get them a chance to sample it and see it in action?
100%. In fact, the workshop that I was part of, and that's how I met Jason, I heard of it through Clubhouse, and he was he was one of the speakers, and now I'm here. So yes, it definitely works.
So now, are you here from Atlanta, or are you from somewhere else?
I reside in Atlanta, yes.
So you're from Atlanta, and then you found Jason just kind of randomly on the internet and Clubhouse, and then you decided to come to the event, and you have a table. Are you one of the finalists?
So no, I'm not a part of the finalists. So what we actually find someone else. It's called Camp Events, and then Jason was one of the speakers for that workshop for startups, and he was able to introduce this accelerator and the amazing event. So they contacted me, and they were going to be here. So last week I was able to get the email, and I said, why not? I'm going to be there.
So now what are you looking to get out of CodeLaunch here tonight?
Well, my biggest goal is to be able to network, and I've been able to get in contact with some schools, actually. One of the owners from one preschool here in Atlanta. So that was, that was amazing. Yeah. And some people have stopped by my booth and just asked questions. So, the most exposure that you can get, the better it is, especially at this stage.
So now the event's getting ready to start. If somebody wants to learn more about what you're up to, what's the website? What's the best way to connect with you?
100%. So my website's lingoplaza.com.
lingoplaza.com. And then is there app available at the App Store, or where are you at from that standpoint?
So we currently have a web app at the moment, looking into launching between, I say, the next week or so, and just go live with our mobile and tablet app.
And then, so is the website the best way to connect, or are you on other social platforms?
Yes, but that is a website. You guys can find me on LinkedIn or Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm pretty much every social media platform.
All right, well, we're going to turn you loose. Let's go hear some pitches. We'll be back in a few with CodeLaunch Atlanta 2021.